Hey guys, Casey here and welcome back to another video. I am actually in my garage and I haven't shown nor talked about my indoor greenhouse that I use, because when you're up here in the cold like I am, northwest Montana and pretty much the Canadian border, you got a short growing season and it really helps to start things early. I'm not crazy enough to put a plastic tent outside and expect it to last our winters. It's not going to happen. So I stuck it in the garage. And I'm going to show you guys really quick how I got that set up and the plants that I already have in there. First, let's take a look at the greenhouse and see what I've got going on. I got it set up to where it kind of works itself. I didn't want to have to worry about the temperature or the lights, for that matter, turning them on and off in the morning. The only thing I have to do still is water them. So I'll show you how I have that set up. Okay, so this is the greenhouse lit up. This is obviously just a green plastic one that you would normally put outside. I do have the bottom enclosed in a tarp, but that is because of the cats, and they liked to crawl up in there, and they found ways to do it underneath the door because the bottom of the door doesn't attach, obviously. Apparently I'm losing my voice and I apologize. So I had to create like a Fort Knox, make it even difficult for me, so I have to untape all of those pieces of electrical tape and shimmy my way in, unless I'm doing a lot of in and out, and then I can unhook the sides and just drop the whole flap. But that's not what I wanted to show you. What I wanted to show you is this stuff here. So this I got off of Amazon, and I've got my electrical heater plugged in to here, and this plugged into an outlet over here. And you can set a range. So this is set to be, I believe, 68 to 70 or 72, I don't quite remember. And it'll take this little temperature probe that I have dropped down into the top of my tent. And there. I don't know if you can hear that, but the heater just kicked on because it dropped below 78. And it'll get a little colder, obviously, but it's doing its job. It's giving it a temperature range, because I don't think that it's realistic to start plants indoors in constant 72 degree perfect weather to set them outside and have varying temperatures. So I kind of like to have it shift and adjust a little bit. Then this plug here is just an Amazon smart plug that I have the lights plugged into. So I have Amazon set up on a schedule, and it'll turn my lights on every day at whatever time I set it to, and turn it off every night at, I think I have it set at 8 o'clock or 8:30 or something like that right now. I would normally have it go with the sun. You can have it choose sunrise and sunset. I like to be able to come home and water my plants in light, and the garage is pretty dim, so having the lights on in the greenhouse definitely helps. So that's a handy little thing. If you don't want to worry about turning the lights on when you get up or off when you get home, that's a good way to do it. The only downside is if you lose Wi-Fi or your internet goes down, I guess, then it won't work. Oh, it looks like 73 is what I've got it set to. But it'll just disconnect and your lights will either stay off or stay on. So you got to do kind of check it. I have actually set up in about noon to turn the lights on again, just in case they weren't on to begin with, because I'd rather them get less light than no light at all. So here is the thermometer probe that I have coming in from that device out there, and it goes about halfway, and it sends the temperature in here to the device out there. And my heater I have down there, it's just a little electrical heater. I have it on a board so it's raised up a bit. And note, there is nothing in front of the heater that can catch fire. So please exercise caution. Use common sense, obviously. Keep the area open, clear. Don't point it towards the canvas tent. Do lift it up, especially if you're going to have it on like carpet or a rug. Make sure that the heater you get is tip safe, so if it tips, it shuts off. Back there is the plugs, the power strip for all of the plugs that I have. Now I want you to note that it is raised up about halfway, a little over halfway, because there's the top of my tent, for drip line purposes. And if you don't know what that is, just research it. Basically, if water was to spill anywhere below this range, it would drip down and off that point, so it wouldn't run into the outlet. If I had the outlet down on the ground and water came off that shelf, it would follow the cord down to the plugs. Now, Again, just exercise common sense and caution with this, and do not water with a hose or spray willy-nilly. Be, you know, obviously aware of your outlets. It's just, yeah. We won't even go there. As for lighting, lighting is important, and when I started this whole I'm gonna put a greenhouse in the garage, I didn't think about the lighting too much at all, really, and I kind of kicked myself in the butt. So this was the first lamp I bought. It's a full spectrum glow light. I spent maybe $30 on it. For some reason I thought that was gonna be enough. And I didn't kill any plants. I did my research after I bought it, but before I started anything. So I learned that the power wattage, the way it spreads, because it comes off at an angle like this, you know, makes a difference. Or whether or not your plant will flower or bear fruit also makes a difference. If it's just a foliage plant, makes a difference. I was able to get this light, and I'll try not to blind you with it. And to top it off for the bottom shelves, I have these strips of full spectrum grow lights that run across the bottom, because once the top of these shelves get full, it obviously becomes dark down there. I use these for plants when they're pretty much fully established and they're about ready to transition out. They're tall enough to actually reach the light. I always start some baby greens. So then I have all the onions, which I recorded a video of me doing these, but it sucked, so I'm not going to put up shit that sucks. So instead you get this video and the onions that are very much already grown and stuff. Sorry about that, but... Okay, so we have the Hishiko bunching onions here. I grew these ones last year and they were just amazing. They did wonderful. They were like the best bunching onions I think I've ever done. Alright, back in this corner here, we have the Chinese pink celery that I grew last year. Popping up already. Romanesco broccoli here. Look at how cute it is. This one's kind of leggy. I'm not quite sure what his problem is. And we've got some red beard bunching onions back here in this corner. And then the red Welsh bunching onions back there. And these here are all Utah yellow sweet onions. So in these cups over here we have more onions because I want to make onion powder, much like I did with the garlic powder. So I need a lot more onions. That, and I love onions, and I did not have enough to last me. So we've got the German onions that I tried last year and I didn't get any of. These are the Stuttgarter onions, and that's the whole first row here. And then the ruby red onions, again the whole middle row. And then the Utah yellow onions, the whole third row. These guys are kind of sad because I forgot to water them and they just haven't bounced back yet, so they'll be okay though. Okay, in these cups that I do need to water, we have banana peppers and shishito sweet peppers, and that's both these depths here. I'll have to make sure that I keep everything organized, but look what's popping up. Oh my god. So cute. And then we have eggplant. There we go. The purple long eggplants, to be specific. I don't know why I picked long eggplants. It's just like a foolish move for someone with such short growth season. These are the purple beauty bell peppers, which haven't sprouted yet. And then the mini bell peppers. And that is all I've got planted so far. I do my best not to overwater or underwater things, and well, I'm not perfect, nor am I very good at it, to be honest. Like these back here are way too wet. I haven't watered them in a couple of days and they are still way too wet, which, you know, after not watering them and then watering them like I did, was not a wise idea. So by no means am I perfect, but they will bounce back as soon as they kind of regulate. They'll get better at it. These ones are doing pretty good. They're looking pretty dry. Ooh, they are pretty dry. Now, since, as you can tell with my strawberries and my flowers hanging up, I don't have a whole lot of airflow in here, which, believe it or not, is kind of necessary for growing things indoors. So, even when they're sad and leggy, I come in here and I ruffle them up. These ones you can do it too, though, just gently. Obviously, don't pull on them, just give them a little wiggle. Doop doop. It's windy. Come in here and rock the boat a little bit. I mean, obviously you don't want to beat them up, but you don't want them to just grow stationary, because then they'll get outside into the real environment and be like, what is this wind? Oh my goodness, and they'll die. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed the tour of the greenhouse. If you have any questions on it, or like any, I won't say advice because I'm not an expert, but if you have any questions on it, or how I have it set up, or just kind of ideas, feel free to ask. I will definitely do my best to answer any questions that you may have about any of it, really. Again, I am no expert in really anything, in anything at all. However, I don't mind sharing what knowledge I do have. So anywho, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye!